Hi, let me ask you something about square roots. Let's suppose you are solving a second degree order equation like x squared root equals 9. Of course, the answer is x equals plus or minus 3. Now, a little bit different. Let's suppose that x equals, the problem starts like this. X equals square root of 9. What is the answer? X equals plus or minus 3? It's not. How come? It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Stay with me and I'm going to explain to you. Most students, they do this and they don't understand. And they prefer not to go any further because they don't know the answer. It's simple. It's not that complicated. So let's start here. We have x squared equals to 9. Well, what most students would do, well, they would do like x equals to what? Square root of 9. And of course, after this, they do that this is plus or minus 3. So x equals to plus or minus 3. Let me tell you something. This passage is wrong. This is not correct. There is a mistake in here. And this is also wrong. Now, we do know that when x squared equals to 9, of course, this is the answer. I'm not saying it's not. This is the answer. But when I ask you, so when I say that x squared equals to 9, we know that x equals to plus or minus 3. But if I tell you something different, please, x equals to square root of 9, x equals to plus 3 and nothing else. How come? Two different things. Be careful. Now, first, our initial equation was x squared root equals 9. Well, when we solve this, we have to apply some massaging on this equation, and we have to take the square roots on both sides. Agree? But be careful. This is not x square root to 3, because this is 3. It is. It is. This is 3. But this, it's not that. Oops, I'm sorry. This is square here. This is not this. This is modulo. It's something different. So be careful. Of course, when you do very fast on the exam, we do this. This is correct. But be careful how you're going to write things in math. Now, let me tell you something important in here. Why this is only plus 3? Well, there is something. When we plot the function, this is the function f of x, square root of x. This is the function, this is x, y. This is the function, square root of things. Square roots, they're all positives. There is no negative in here. So when I say that x equals to square root of something, man, it gotta be positive here. No other option is allowed because this function is strictly positive. So this is clear, agree? So when I tell that square root of 9 is 3, period. But when we square it, when you take the square root of x squared, this is the modulo. And of course, the modulo is 3, we say that x is going to be plus or minus 3. So at first, I told you that that passage was wrong and that passage was wrong, didn't I? I'm going to rewrite this now. Oops, this, I'm going to rewrite this again, plus or minus 3. So how, this is wrong. How can we fix this? Well, we should do this. X equals plus or minus the square root of 9. The plus or minus comes right after the x loses the square root. Can you see? So as soon as the x loses the square root, the right hand side gets the plus or minus. And now we just take the root out. You see? So this, the plus or minus comes before we take out the square root. Be careful. And only later we transfer square root. So the square root of 9 is 3 in periods. Please don't do this mistake anymore. Okay? So very simple video just to explain something simple. And remember, square roots, they are always positive. always positive. The plus or minus comes only because when we do this is modulo of x. And modulo of x, imagine that modulo of x is going to be a. So x is going to be plus or minus a. You see, the plus or minus doesn't come from the square roots. The plus or minus comes the fact that we are taking the square root of this guy. It's totally different, you see? Well, something simple. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed. If you think this video was interesting, please consider subscribing, give the like, share this like with me, with this channel. It's very important so YouTube can spread out this video. See you next time. Bye bye.